Good evening, my Forest family. How y'all doing today? Today is February 19th. Hopefully, y'all woke up on the right side of the bed. Hopefully, you had a great, wonderful day today. Today, we're going to talk about how I've been, where I've been, and stuff like that. So, you guys know I have been going through a lot in my pregnancy per se. So I told you guys I was having contractions the night of, which was that Friday. I woke up earlier that day. I had a appointment. I was already 3 centimeters dilated, you guys, and I was like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the morning. Fast forward hours and hours and hours later, probably about 10 or 11 o'clock, I was having contractions for about 5 minutes that lasted a minute for about 2.5, almost 3 hours straight, you guys. I told my husband to get the kids up. The kids was getting ready to go to sleep. He was getting ready to go to sleep, you guys. So he decided to take me to the hospital. When I got there, I was still having contractions, like back to back, back to back. The water did not break, you guys. None at all. And it was supposed to, but it just didn't break at that moment when I got there. They decided to take me back, hurry up and take me back. My kids had to go with their dad to his dad's house where they had to spend the night, you guys. By the time I got back there, they had an IV in my hand. I had a blood pressure cuff on, and I had the meter on my finger. So they took me upstairs to where labor and delivery is, and they put me in a room, in this other room until my room got ready. Lo and behold, you guys, I was only in that room for maybe like 30, 45 minutes when they took me in my room, which was room 9. It was the same exact room that I had my other son in 4 years prior. So you guys, I got to see my midwife, meet my nurses, and my doctor, and some other nurses between times, or whatever you want to call it. So I was explaining the situation, and it was probably like after 12, 1 o'clock at that time. The kids was already at his dad's house getting ready to spend the night, because I thought, I was going to have the baby that Friday, but it didn't happen, unfortunately. And stuff like that, you guys. I had contractions all night. They had to put me on a medicine that was very helpful, and stuff like that, which helped me have contractions throughout the night till about 4, 5, or 6 in the morning. Okay, I'll wake her up in a minute. So at about 6 o'clock in the morning, I had breakfast. I ate lunch. They kept giving me the medicine in my IV, you guys, to keep me hydrated as much as possible. My blood pressure did have a couple spikes in between that night before and in the morning, and stuff like that. So, y'all, and so, like, fast forward a couple hours later, probably around like 11 or 12, you guys, I talked to the nurse about breaking my water because it did not want to break on its own for whatever reason. I couldn't figure out why. So At about 12:30, they decided to go ahead and break my water because I was like on the ball. I was walking around. I was doing a whole bunch of stuff, y'all. I was like walking around the hospital like throughout, like when I got there at 11 o'clock till probably like maybe like 6 o'clock the next day in the morning. Like that's how much walking around I did. Like I was on the bell back and forth. Like I was like, man, my water's just not breaking, and I couldn't figure out why with my other kids I didn't have that issue. My first child, it just broke on its own. My second child, it broke on its own. My son Cornelius, they had to induce me because y'all know that my placenta stopped growing at a certain length of time, which, you know, it is what it is, but this time it just didn't want to break on its own, and it took so long to break my water that I was afraid of getting induced again, which kind of like happened again, but a different way this time than the first time it happened, so I was happy about that. So after my water broke, y'all, like the contractions were consistent. Like they were just like a 20 out of 10. Like your pain's supposed to be 1 to 10. Mine was 20, y'all. Like my pain was not tolerable. I tried to do it without an epidural because the first 3 times I did it, like the first time I didn't need an epidural. I just had her naturally. My second and third child, I had to have epidurals because my second daughter, she was very hard to push out because she had big shoulders and she was a girl. So I was like, well, might as well get it anyway. With my son, that was only because he was preemie and because my placenta stopped growing. That's the only way that was gonna happen. So I was just like, well, might as well go ahead and do it anyway. Get it over with. Now this time I tried to go without it and do it naturally, but I wasn't sure if my body was going to be able to or not, because I haven't pushed out a child vaginally, like without an epidural, since I was 25, 26, and I'm 35 now, so it's like it's a little bit different when you get older than it is when you're younger. You can really snap back like you want to, have your body back to normal and go back to doing what you were doing. Once you get over a certain age, like 30, 35, it might take a little bit longer than what you would expect it to, because by me being a mom of 3, my first 2 I snapped back with no problem. My third child, it took me a minute. It took me maybe like about 6 months or so to actually go from feeling how I felt back to normal. This time it might happen that same way again, where it might take about 6 months to go back to normal, versus just, you know, whatever the case may be. And I'm okay if it takes, 4 or 6 months, a year to go back to normal, and stuff like that. So, back to my story, you guys. They broke my water. I'm having contractions like crazy. Next thing I know, I just asked for epidural because it would be easier for me. They gave me one within maybe 35 minutes or so. Fast forward at about 2 hours and 58 minutes later, it was ready to push baby out. It took a little minute. It took about maybe about 2:30 or so. I was just like, come on, we're gonna get ready to push him out, and stuff like that. So at about 2:58, baby boy was born on 2/14/2026, which is Valentine's Day, is his birthday. He was born at 2:58 p.m. on Valentine's Day, y'all. Now, I told y'all he was going to be born on that day, which, come to find out, I was right again. And stuff like that. This is my first time having a child born on a actual holiday, which was very surprising. Because my other son, his birthday is like 3 days before Independence Day. So him and his little brother are born, like one is born on an actual holiday, the other is born before an actual holiday. So it's surprising both ways. He was 7 pounds 11 ounces, 21 inches long, y'all. He was a big boy, you guys. Because when they told me how long he was, when I had my ultrasound, I was very, very shocked at how big he was. Because I did not expect him to be as big as he is. I thought he was going to be a whole lot smaller. He's actually like 2 pounds and 11 ounces bigger than Corey. Corey was 19 inches. And I think his little brother got him by 2 inches, I believe. Which is very surprising for the inches as well. Which probably comes from his dad's side, and then my side of the family, which are very tall as well. Both of our sides of our family is really, really tall. Because his dad is 6'2", his stepdad is 6'2", and then my grandpa was 6'2" and a half, and his mother, I believe, was like 6 foot. I believe his grandmother was like 7 foot too. So yeah, he's pretty tall for his size, for him to be so small. We stayed in the hospital 3 days, you guys. We came home, what was that, Monday? We've been home about 3, almost 4 days, and stuff like that. So, baby has been adopted very, very well. Baby brother, baby sister, his other baby sister, they've been adapting to him very, very well. He's been doing really good. He's been eating good. He's been, like, responding well. Like, he barely even cries, you guys. He barely, like, does anything. Like, he's mostly a chill baby. He'll watch TV. The only time he'll really, like, cry, you guys, is if he's wet or he's hungry or he just wants some attention. But other than that, he's mostly sleeping a whole lot, which, you know, most babies do the total opposite of what he's doing. He doesn't keep us up all night, every night like that. Not, at least not right now. Maybe eventually at some point it'll probably be like that, but right now it's just not that particular way, so to speak. But he's healthy, big, strong. Like, it's just amazing to have another son and restart over again. Being a mom of 4 now instead of 3, which is gonna be something new to get used to. But it's all good, you know, it'll work itself out and stuff like that, y'all. I'm hoping that y'all been having a good week, and a good weekend this week. Hopefully you guys enjoyed your Valentine's Day weekend and your President's Day weekend. The weekend and the week been pretty okay so far, so good. And so we're gonna talk about part 2, you guys, about how I'm feeling. Since I had the epidural, you guys, my body has really been like in pain since I've been home. My pain is so much a 20 still, which they said after you over the age of 35, it takes you longer to heal from, you know, pain, having a baby. going through different stages and phases of life in general, far as a woman is concerned. Those of you who know, I had depression right after I had my first son. For probably like the first year, maybe year and a half, almost 2 years, I had depression for a while. So I'm trying not to go down that same road again, per se. But it's easier said than done, you guys. It's been okay. I still have headaches still. I still have pain still. Because after you have a baby, those you know, you still kind of like bleed after you come home. Sometimes for a few extra days. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you do. I guess it just depends on how your body is and how it works. And so I'm not going back to work until the first part of April, I believe, unless I take another week or two off, which I might do that and I might not. It just depends on how I feel and how I heal from now until then. It's a lot to do between now and then. I know the kids have a lot of appointments coming up. I have a lot of appointments coming up here soon. Baby has an appointment coming up very soon as well. So it's going to be hectic and busy, but it is what it is. I'm going to try to make videos for y'all as much as possible. Shorts as much as I can. I'm trying to go live in between days and weeks. Set up a time on what days I want to do what kind of shorts I want to do, what kind of vlogs I want to do, and stuff like that. But I just wanted to give y'all an update on what's been going on, how I've been feeling, how baby is doing, and stuff like that. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and make sure you share. Always remember that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Always remember God is on our side, no matter who we are, where we are, who we're trying to be, or where we're trying to go. Remember, I love you. God loves you. Let's keep going and growing and moving up in life. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.